Olof Palme, the Prime Minister of Sweden, was brutally slain in the capital city, Stockholm. He had a long and consistent career as a politician and a senior statesman, and this program will pay a special tribute to Olof Palme.
One could challenge some of his answers. It was impossible to ignore his questions. So for all whose lives Olof Palme touched, the world has become a far lonelier place.
Olof Palme was 59 years old when he was assassinated. He'd been the Prime Minister of Sweden since 1969, with the exception of the period 1976 to 1982, when Sweden was run by a coalition government. At the age of 20, he began his studies in political science and economy at the Kenyon College in Ohio, USA. He was Communication and Education Minister in Tage Erlander's Social Democratic government between 1965 and 1969, when he was nominated and duly elected to the office of Prime Minister and leader of the Social Democratic Party in Sweden. The funeral and celebration of his memory in Stockholm became a huge-scale event, both nationally and internationally. Leaders from all over the world participated in the last farewell. Olof Palme gained international respect through his engagement in the Palme Commission, the five-continent cooperation between nuclear-free states concerned with disarmament and safety. He became a victim of his own philosophy regarding human freedom when, unguarded, he was brutally murdered in an open street in the center of Stockholm on Friday, the 28th of February, 1986.
Javier Pérez de Cuellar, the United Nations Secretary, made following statement after the decease of Olof Palme.
Well, you know, Palme has perhaps a unique status among the great leaders in the world, that he was the Prime Minister of Sweden, but at the same time he was a man who was working very closely with the United Nations. I was telling to my friends that on Thursday, the day before his assassination, we were on the telephone discussing, you know, the results of the Security Council debate on Iran-Iraq, and as well he was kind enough to give a tremendous attention to the present financial problems of the United Nations. It was really incredible that a man who had the problem of leading his country always found time, you know, to think of the United Nations, to think in which way he could help the United Nations in his difficulties, and at the same time to contribute to the solution of one of the most tragic conflicts we are living now, which is the Iran-Iraq problem. That's why I think it is there is no words, you know, for expressing you know, how terrible was Mr. Palme's assassination for the whole world and for the United Nations in a concrete way.